YouTube, what is up? It is your boy Duke, back here from sportsgamers.com, and in today's Madden 24 video, I'm going to break down the top 3 most dominant defenses that you can use to stop the run, stop the pass, and win more games right now. Looking for MUT24 coins? EasyMUT.com is the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market. Click the link in the description and use code SG for 10% off your order. So, starting at number 3 on the list, we got the 4-3 even 6-1. Now, starting at number 3 on the list, we got the 4-3 even 6-1. Now, for each defense on this list, I'm going to show you guys. First, I'm going to give you guys the subs and coaching adjustments you want to use. And then I'm going to break down the best, most dominant play and setup to use with each defense we're going to show you guys. So, with the 4-3 even 6-1, you want to run this from Kansas City Playbook. You don't really need to make any crazy subs, although I will say, you can do the depth chart trick to put DBs in the game at linebacker. But what I personally prefer is using linebackers with lurk artists because they're going to play the run better. And if they have lurk artists, which you can get right now for 0 AP, they're honestly better than the DBs because they get crazy animations and they stop the run. Guys like Josh Allen, Ray Lewis, etc. Very good, right? Now, you do want to have fast D linemen in the game. It's not super important. I will say the 4-3 even 6-1 right now kind of has reemerged. It fall off for a bit, but it is back. It is back, and I'm going to explain why. So, you want to have auto flip off. You want to turn alignment on base. You want to have match on. With this defense, and any defense I run, I do have option defense on conservative. The two main plays you're really going to want to focus on are Sam Blitz 3 and cover 4 quarters. Now, both of these defenses are a lot more effective than the typical defense people were running just even a month ago in 4-3 even. Because now, with the deep out zone knockout abilities on your corners, you can baseline press, right? And stop corner routes with deep zones. Because before, everybody was backing their corners up in 30-yard flats and they were getting RPO'd to death. But because now we can press our coverage and stop corners, excluding, certain glitchy concepts. But at the end of the day, if you have the deep out zone KO ability on your outside corners, you don't have to worry about corner routes nearly as much. And because you're pressed, the RPOs aren't going to kill you as bad. So that's what makes this defense much better now. Now, the other thing about this defense is it went from just basically a rush 3 or 4 guys, hope you get a shed. This is now a blitzing defense, guys. You can mix in, like the different plays I said, the cover 3 and then the cover 4 quarters. Same setup really with each defense. You're just going to basically have your coverage baseline and press with the deep zones. You're going to pinch your defensive line, and then, if you want to blitz, you're just basically going to blitz whichever outside linebacker you want. Say we want to blitz the one on the right of the screen. We'll go ahead and blitz him, and then we'll crash our defensive line to the side we want to blitz. So if we're blitzing to the right, we're going to slant our line to the right. If we're going to blitz from the left, we're going to slant or crash our line to the left. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, what you're going to want to do is then you're going to put your user. You're basically going to, stand, basically I would say directly over the center with your user. That's just going to make sure that, the old line kind of sees you as a blitzing threat when you do that. Now, we're going to stand right about here. You can blitz both sides like I got going on now, but you don't need to. Honestly, I only do that on 4th and longs or 3rd and longs. Most of the time I'll have, only one side being blitzed if I'm being real. All right, so this is how it's going to look, and you guys are going to see here, you get that pretty quick pressure off the edge, and we actually get some gap pressure too. Now, the gap pressure from the 4-3 even is not going to be like a pretty routine thing. This is more so going to get edge. But at the same time, I will say a lot of these defenses right now where you got the line pinched are getting random A and B gaps from the D lineman. But again, you can't count on that every time. But it is going to happen a good bit. But really the thing that makes this defense so good is we can take away the flats with the, the little quarter zones or shading underneath of hard flats. But really these outside corners, as long as you have the deep out zone knockout on them, they're going to stop the sidelines, whether it's C routes, corner routes, whatever. They're going to stop them. Then what you really want to do is you want to have a deep end zone knockout on the safety that's rotating to the middle. So if they try to throw that quick seam or quick vertical, he's going to knock it out. Well, that brings us to number 2 on our list. And number 2 on our list is the dime flipped. Dime flipped right now is really, really good, and it's honestly super under the radar. You don't see it too much, but I truly believe it's the second best defense in the game. You can run this from either multiple playbook or Kansas City defensive playbook. Now, because we're running it flipped, we're going to have auto flip off so we can always flip our plays at the play call screen. We can put our alignment on base, and then we can set match so we can mix and match different coverages out of this. Now, there's a lot of different things you can do from this defense. You can run this defense as a dual edge blitz. You can run this defense as simply a A-gap blitz. It's really all up to you. Or you could even run it as an all-out coverage defense. Now, I'm going to show you guys my current favorite way to run this defense. I honestly what I like to do is I like to go ahead and put whoever my my best user is as the defensive end on the right side of the screen. And I'm going to explain why. So when I do this, I typically like to play with like a 30-yard zone drop on the flat and a 5 at the curl flats. And again, I'm going to explain why in a second here. So the play I'm going to pick is going to be the cover 4 quarters, and it's going to be flipped, right? Cover 4 quarters flipped. Now, the reason why I flip it again is because I do have A and B gap blitzes and edge blitzes from this look when I flip my defense. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to basically pinch my defense by hitting R1 or RB, and then I hit down on the left stick. Now, what this does is, you guys can see, it brings the DBs up, but it also pinches in the linebacker and the D-line. Now, from this look, I can send A-gap and dual edge. If you want my full scheme on this formation, check out sportsgamers.com. VIP members get access to all my content, offense and defense. Link is in the comments and the description. Code Duke will get you 10% off your order. But what I really like is that you can mix in the pressure and the coverage. Now, this is my favorite coverage, and I'm going to explain why. So, currently, I had this set up so I have basically a 5-yard quarter flat on each side. I'm also going to put each outside corner in a cloud flat. Now, to do that, I hit coverage audible twice. The player's icon I want to adjust. So let's say I want to adjust outside right corner. That's circle. And then down on the left stick is a cloud flat. And I'm going to do this on both sides. Then I'm going to individually back both up so that they're basically going to be at a depth to where like no corner routes can get behind them. Now, to individually back up corners, you hit coverage audible. Then you hit the individual button. You'll see the menu pop up from each individual's X. And then the icon of the furthest receiver to the outside and side, you want to back them up. So say I want to back up outside right corner, you hit circle, you flick up on the right stick. Now, these adjustments might sound complicated if you're a newer player, but I promise you, if you get in practice mode and make this muscle memory, you can do this stuff before they even make one hot route. Like, it's really, really easy. I oftentimes see players, that's going to take... No, it's not going to take too long. It's not hard to do. If you want to get better, learn how to do it. If you don't want to get better, don't. It's that simple. It's that simple. Now, the only other thing you need to do with this defense is just look at the formation you're facing on offense. Like, if you see there's a formation for a receiver split out wide to the sideline, on that side of the field, put the safety in a deep half instead of leaving him in the quartered zone. So, like right here, there is a receiver split out wide on the left. So I'm going to put that safety in a deep half. Now, I'm controlling my defensive end. I subbed my best user as the DN on the right of the screen. Why did I do this? Because I actually put a tip video out recently where you see that the game will give you better sheds if you rush 4, and right now they don't count you blitzing your user as a sub linebacker or whatever as a blitzer. But when you control a D lineman, they'll count that as a blitzer. So I can put my lurk artist linebacker at the end, play in coverage with him, but the game will think I'm rushing 4, and you're going to see, like, I'm going to get a super quick shed here. So watch this. I'm just going to drop back in coverage, really the middle of the field, and I get a pretty good shed there. You know, that wasn't even the best it can be. It can honestly be a lot quicker than that, but still, like, that was pretty quick. You know, there wasn't that much time. So I'm going to set up the same defense again, by the way. I'm already set up for the guys that think this is a complicated defense. I did it that fast, and now we're going to go again. Again, I'm going to really be responsible in this defense for the middle of the field. Again, pretty quick shed there, sack. When running this defense, you do want to have a good defensive line with 3 guys to the left on the line for rushing. That takes us to number 1 on the list of the top 3 most dominant defenses right now. Drum roll. We got Dollar coming in at number 1, man. Dollar, whew. Wow. Where do we even begin with this defense? Dollar, I'm going to be real with y'all. Like, you could run it in KC, but it's better to run in multiple. Why is it better to run in multiple? Because it has a play that the others don't. And that is the cover 2 press. Now, I'm in KC right now, so I can't show you that play, but I promise you the cover 2 press is worth having. What I'm going to show to you guys is one of my favorite setups right now to use out of any defense, and that is spinner. Now, I'm not really a crazy man-to-man guy, but spinner makes bringing insane pressure very easy, and you can set up some very good coverages because the pressure is so easy to set up. So when I run this defense, again, I'm going to be in multiple playbook most likely, But I'm gonna have auto flip off. I'm gonna have alignment on base, and for this one, I leave match on with my zone drops on default. Now, the setup to this blitz is gonna basically get you pressure from the A gap and the edge, and it's really only like 2 steps. But if you want to adjust your coverage, it's gonna be a little bit more. But anyways, let's just show you guys how it works. So to set up the blitz, honestly, all you need to do is press your coverage and pinch your D line. That's it. I mean, that's super easy, right? You're gonna control this guy and stand over the guard, right? But we have some issues going on with coverage. Obviously, you guys can see if we leave this the way it is, the tight end is unmanned. I mean, I could address this a few different ways. Right now, most people that play this game are honestly like, y'all know, like, they're not blocking anybody. They're just sending everybody out and trying to throw quick passes. So, like, really, like, what I would want to do so I don't have to worry about guarding the tight end myself is basically probably just go ahead and either man him up with this guy right here that's blitzing, or if I want to leave him blitzing for more intense pressure, I could just make the side that has the uncovered player into zone. So, like, right here, I could just make this into, like, a cover 2 on the right, and then, like, I could guard the seams. Now, I could, like, if they weren't going to send the running back out, I could use this guy to man him up, move him down. But, like, if they keep sending the running back out, like, I obviously don't want to do that. I could just basically do this, make this cover 2. So, like, if he runs quick into the flat, I got that covered. And then I would just mostly be watching the middle of the field. Now, I know you look at this and this coverage is kind of like, whoa, like, I don't know. But, like, when you see how fast the pressure is, you'll see why I like this. And you'll see that, when you run it like this with quick pressure, really all you got to do is take away that first read over the middle, and you see, like, they're sacked.